What's up guys, and thank you for stopping by the channel. Today's project is this Featherlight weed eater, and the problem is that it will not start because there's a problem with the primer bulb. Let's take a good look at it and see if we can find out what's wrong with it, and hopefully we can fix it. In this video, we repair this trimmer. However, it may not be the exact repair that you need to make to yours. We'll explore other situations later in the video. In a previous video, we serviced the carburetor and got it running, but we had to bypass the primer bulb to do it. So today we're going to try and repair the original primer bulb. Also, the fuel lines need to be replaced as the filter inside the tank has broken free, so we might as well replace all of them. Now, once we get the filter out of the tank, we'll go ahead and remove the carburetor from the engine and start working on that. First, remove the filter cover and the filter. After that, we can then remove the two bolts that hold the carburetor to the engine. So since the filter came off the fuel line in the tank, there's a good chance that the carburetor may have some debris inside it, and we're going to need to check it before we continue on. Well, it looks like one of the fuel lines is already broken off, so it's a good thing we're getting ready to do this. We just have to remove the other line and then disconnect the throttle cable. And we really only need to take the top plate off the carburetor since we're only checking the inlet screen for debris. Fortunately, it looks like the engine didn't run very long with the fuel filter off the line. So the carb has a tiny amount of debris on the inlet screen, and once I clean that off, we'll put the top plate back on. So for the next part, I'm going to hack the primer bulb. I'm sure you're asking yourself why you would do this, and the answer is time and money. So I want to get this repair done today. I don't want to wait a few days for a carburetor to come in the mail. The second reason is money. A new primer bulb is about $2, while a new carburetor is about $20. But before we get to the carburetor, let's replace the old fuel line so they'll be ready when we put it on. The little plastic piece that came out of the tank was a splice that's used to help keep the return line from coming out of the tank. I also found the fuel cap retainer inside the tank. It simply snaps on to the inside of the cap and keeps you from losing it. I'll put it back on since I find these pretty useful. To install the fuel lines, you'll need to cut the 190 thousandths of an inch line at a really steep angle. This will allow you to start the line into the holes. After that, you can reach into the tank with some pliers and pull them out the rest of the way. So the first line is a return line back to the fuel tank. We need to cut the angle piece off and then install the plastic piece. And once the plastic splice is installed, simply pull the fuel line out of the tank until it stops. Installing the fuel filter line is the exact same way, except you're going to install a filter at the end instead of a splice, and also make sure there's enough line for the filter to reach the opposite side of the fuel tank. And now we're on to the primer bulb. Although I didn't get a shot of me removing the plastic retainer, all I was using was a flat screwdriver to help pry up on the ring. Most of the time it comes off in one piece, except this time. Now it's not that big of a deal for me since I have another ring available, although it is broken on one side. So this is the new primer bulb, and it simply sits on the base on the carburetor and then the ring keeps it from coming off the carburetor. So what I'm going to use to help keep the ring from coming off the base is a 2-part epoxy that I have to mix. First thing you'll do is install the bulb on the base. And as you can see, there's a pretty good seal already. Next, after mixing up the epoxy, get some of it and put it around the base near the bulb, and then install the ring. You're going to have to keep some pressure on the ring for about 4 to 5 minutes until it starts to set up. After that, you can set it aside and let it cure for about an hour or so. Always follow the instructions on the particular epoxy or glue that you're going to use. And after letting it set for a little while and trying it out, it seems to work pretty well. So now it's time to install it back onto the engine. Now, another reason why your trimmer may not be starting is that there could be more than one air leak in the fuel system. There could be some more small cracks in the fuel lines or even the primer bulb that you can't see, so fuel delivery to the carburetor may be interrupted. It's always a good idea to take pictures of the fuel lines before you start so you can put it back the same way. Hopefully, though, they were put on correctly the first time. And once the carburetor is back on, let's put some fresh fuel into the tank and try priming the fuel system. Now, if it doesn't prime, you can try pull starting the trimmer to help pump the fuel up to the carburetor, and after that, try priming it, and hopefully it does. And luckily for us, this hack of a repair seems to be working great. Now let's go ahead and try starting it. Well, it works, but the idle is a bit too high, so I'm going to lower it a little bit and then adjust it when we start it back up. It also looks like I need to use the Pac-Man carburetor tool to increase the fuel at idle so it'll rev up. So this repair was for those people who can't wait and need it running as soon as possible. The correct fix would have been to replace the entire carburetor. So my question to you is, would you try a hack repair or would you buy the replacement part? And of course, I'm talking about a tool that belongs to you personally. I'm really interested in your opinion. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time. Please feel free to ask any questions, and I hope to see you in my next video.